So picture this. You just got this idea for like a super dramatic song, right?
Okay.
And it's like a haunting synth ballad about, somebody getting their heart broken.
Yeah.
And instead of, like messing around on a keyboard or anything, you just type that into a computer
Wow.
and bam, a whole finished song pops out.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the crazy thing that's happening right now with AI music.
Yeah. No kidding.
And so that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
Specifically, these two platforms that are really like making waves.
Yeah.
Udio and Suno.
Cool.
And what's so cool about this is that it really is bringing music creation to everybody.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anybody can make music now.
Right. And it's like high quality stuff we're talking about.
Totally. It's not just like, some cheesy little MIDI tunes. It's full-blown songs with vocals and instruments.
Yeah, with like, real emotional depths and all that. And I think that that's one of the things that's so fascinating is that, you do provide like the initial spark, you provide the idea, but the AI is like the one actually like creating the whole thing.
Exactly. It's like having this super talented band just waiting for your instructions, and they can play anything you can think of.
That's such a good analogy. Yeah, it's
Makes
like
it-
you're the director.
Exactly.
And they're the actors or the musicians or whatever.
Yeah, got the vision and they bring it to life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's wild is that these platforms are like built by some seriously like, big time tech people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like Udio, for example, was founded by folks from Google DeepMind,
Oh, wow.
which if you're not familiar with them, they're like,
Yeah, they're like the top AI.
they're the top of the top.
Yeah.
In AI, they're the ones who created like AlphaGo and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, that beat the world champion Go player.
I know, it's nuts.
Crazy.
So they're obviously like, no slouches when it comes to AI.
Yeah.
And what I think is so cool about Udio in particular is they're really focused on making the vocals sound like human,
Oh, really?
like realistic and emotional.
Huh.
So it's not just like, that robotic computerized sound that we've kind of come to expect from AI.
Right. Yeah, it's like the uncanny valley of AI voices.
Totally. Yeah. You
Yeah.
get that like weird,
Yeah.
like something's not quite right about this.
Exactly. Yeah, creepy feeling.
But they're really trying to like capture the nuance and the depth of human emotion,
Wow, that's impressive.
which is huge. Like that is a huge leap forward.
Yeah, I mean, if they can pull that off, that's game changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you've got Suno,
Okay.
which comes from people who worked at Meta and TikTok.
Oh, wow. So they know a thing or two about going viral.
I know, right? So like
Yeah.
they obviously have a really good understanding of like, how to create content that people are going to want to listen to and share.
Right. Definitely.
And Suno's all about like speed and user friendliness.
Okay. So like how fast are we talking?
I mean, they say you can generate a radio-ready song
Wow.
in like 2 minutes, in just a couple of seconds.
That's insane.
I know, it's crazy.
So it's like instant gratification.
Totally instant gratification, yeah.
Wow.
Which I think, really speaks to like how we consume music nowadays.
Yeah, totally. We're all about that instant access now.
Exactly. Like we don't want to wait for anything. We want it now.
Exactly.
So it's really interesting to see these two platforms kind of like, side by side because they're both using similar technology,
Yeah.
but they both have these distinct strengths.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like two different approaches to the same goal.
Totally. Yeah. So Udio is more focused on like that emotional depth
Okay.
and like really creating like a powerful listening experience.
Yeah.
Whereas Suno is all about like quick and efficient music production.
Gotcha. So like if you need a jingle for a commercial, Suno's your guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like if you're a, content creator and you need like a quick little backing track for your video or something.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's really cool to see how they're both kind of like tackling this problem from different angles.
I've had
But the big question is like, how does this all actually work?
right, because it sounds like magic.
It does sound like magic, right?
Yeah.
And, it's not all smoke and mirrors.
So tell me, how does it work?
So it all comes down to these things called large language models or LLMs.
Oh, okay, I've heard of those.
Yeah, they're like the big thing in AI right now.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. And for good reason, because they're super powerful.
Yeah.
So basically, you give the platform a text prompt
Okay.
and you describe what you want, like, what genre, what kind of mood, what instruments you want to hear.
Oh, wow.
Even like lyrical themes, you can give it like a whole story.
And it just takes all that and makes a song.
And it takes all that and makes a song.
Yeah.
So this LLM acts like a super poet.
Okay.
And it analyzes your words and it crafts lyrics to match what you've told it.
Wow. That's crazy.
I know, it's wild, right?
Yeah.
But then the music like doesn't just appear out of thin air.
So there's more to it.
There's more to it.
Okay.
So then another set of AI models comes in, and they act like the composer and the arranger.
Oh, wow.
So they take the lyrics that the LLM generated, and they start composing the music itself.
So it's like a whole team of AI working together.
Totally. Yeah, they choose the melodies, the harmonies, the instrumentation, everything to fit the lyrics and the overall mood.
Wow, that's incredible.
So you're not wrong when you say it's like magic.
Yeah, it really does sound like it.
Yeah, it is kind of magical.
Yeah.
But I think this also raises like a really interesting question,
What's that?
which is like, if the AI is doing all this work,
Yeah.
I still the artist.
That's a good question, yeah, because where does the creativity really come from?
Exactly. And that's something that I've really been grappling with as I've been learning about these platforms.
Yeah, me too.
And I think it's important to remember that these platforms are tools.
Okay.
They're not replacements for human creativity.
Right.
You, the user, are still the one providing like the initial spark,
Yeah.
the creative vision.
Right. You're the one coming up with the ideas.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's more like you're the director.
Okay. I like that analogy.
Yeah, and the AI is like the, the team of musicians or the actors or whatever.
Right. Yeah, you're guiding the process.
Exactly.
But you're not actually doing every single little thing yourself.
Yeah, and I think that that's where it gets really interesting because like you're not just like handing over the reins completely.
So it's a collaboration?
It is a collaboration, yeah.
Okay.
Both Udio and Suno allow for like back and forth refinement.
Oh, really?
So you can, tell it, I don't like this part. Can you change this? Or I want to add an intro here. Or can you make this chorus longer?
So you can kind of like shape it as you go.
Exactly. Yeah, you can really shape it as you go. And you can choose from like different variations that the AI generates.
Oh, cool. So it's like having multiple takes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's an iterative process
Okay.
that lets your creative choices really like shine through in the final song.
That makes me feel better about the whole AI taking over the world thing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not just going to replace musicians entirely.
Right. It's more like it's giving us new tools to work with.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's augmenting our creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, there is some controversy
Oh, yeah.
surrounding these platforms.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
What kind of controversy are we talking about?
Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with copyright.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the training data sets that are used for these AI models are massive.
Yeah, I bet they're huge.
They're huge. And so there's a lot of concern about whether they include copyrighted music that was used without permission.
Right. Yeah, because if they're trained on copyrighted music, then is the music they create also copyrighted?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And who owns the copyright?
Yeah, that's a big question.
It's a huge question.
Yeah.
And so there have been a lot of artists who are, understandably pushing back against how their music is being used to train these AIs.
Yeah, I've seen some articles about that.
Yeah, and it's a complex issue.
Definitely no easy answers.
No easy answers at all.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think, we're going to have to continue to grapple with as this technology evolves.
Right, because it's not going away.
It's not going away. It's only going to get more powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
So finding that balance between innovation and protecting artists' rights is crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to figure out a way for everyone to benefit from this technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess to kind of wrap things up,
Okay.
AI music platforms, they're really powerful tools.
Yeah.
And they're really democratizing music creation. Like anybody can create music now.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But it's that combination of like human creativity
Right.
and AI's technical prowess
Yeah.
that really makes the magic happen.
It's like a partnership.
It is like a partnership, yeah.
Cool.
So it's definitely an exciting time to be a music enthusiast.
No kidding. The possibilities are endless.
I know. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next chart topper.
Hey, you never know.
Thanks to a little help from AI.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this deep dive into Udio and Suno,
Yeah.
don't forget to subscribe, and leave a review.
And tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next episode.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Hey,